This morning I had a boring, simple breakfast, but I'm confident that it will keep me satisfied until lunch. Hello, and welcome back to the Morningwood Chronicles. My name is Gerard, I'm 60 years old, and today marks day 74 of a 180-day experiment to see if artificial intelligence can help guide me back towards metabolic health. I don't normally know what I will have for breakfast the night before, and it really depends on what's on the refrigerator. But I do have a routine, and so this morning I woke up and I had a cup of coffee with a splash of whole milk. That's how I begin most of my morning routine. And then I sort of primed the pump. Those are my terms, but essentially just a little taste to let my body know breakfast is coming. And today that was a couple bites of a cervelat sausage from the Bavarian butcher, which, by the way, I can afford a little more easily these days now that I'm not spending as much on potato chips and candy bars and all those rather pricey processed carbs in the grocery store. So I primed the pump with a couple bites of sausage while standing and while preparing my main breakfast. And the main course this morning consisted of approximately a cup of 5%, so that's full fat yogurt by a brand called Fage, F-A-G-E. And it did take me a week or two to get used to this yogurt. It's less sweet than some of the other yogurts that I used to eat on occasion. And so it was a cup of yogurt, a squeeze of lime, a packet of Equal to sweeten it up, and about a dozen, 12 to 15 raspberries, which is a treat and which really made this more sort of like a dessert, which I love. So it was definitely something that I was looking forward to, that matched my appetite, that matched my hunger, and that was delicious. And so I sat down with a second cup of coffee and I ate that. I ate it mindfully. I ate it slowly. I didn't wolf it down. It helps that I didn't wake up ravenous like I have done so many times in the past. And so I enjoyed this breakfast, and I decided to polish it off with a small handful of almonds. And I did that because the yogurt itself with the berries doesn't really have any crunch, and so I'm always wondering, asking myself the question, will this hold me until lunch? Will it hold me comfortably through lunch? So that I'm not having to deal with strong cravings or urges or hunger before my next meal. And so I ate the nuts, and so that was the end of what I ate for breakfast. But it wasn't the end of my breakfast, because the end of my breakfast was the 10 minutes that I spent afterwards sweeping the driveway of leaves and walking here, which takes about 10 minutes or so. And that movement at the end of my breakfast signals to my body, okay, meal is over, and do your thing, which is to process the glucose and to go back into fat oxidation mode, and allow my body to continue recomposing and the surprising ways that it does, and to do all of that without feeling any hunger before my next meal, which I anticipate will be lunch, probably between 12 and 1 o'clock today. So that's the story of my boring, delicious breakfast routine this morning. I thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you again tomorrow for another episode of the Morningwood Chronicles.